Warning. Entering the house of high strangeness may result in goosebumps, questioning reality, side effects of paranoia, and crushing amounts of cussing. Viewer discretion is advised. Yo, welcome back to the House of High Strangeness podcast.
We are your hosts. I am Rachel.
I'm Joe.
And we are...
Joe and Rachel. That's who we are.
Yeah, and today we are going to be talking about the Belmez faces, or the House of Faces.
So, there's faces involved. I'm curious.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, before we get into this, please make sure you give us a good rating and a, comment on either our YouTube, which is the House of High Strangers podcast,
Boopity boop.
or our Spotify and Apple podcasts, which are House of High Strangers podcast.
Yes.
Give us a good rating and a review. That really helps us find more people or get to more people.
Yeah.
So
really, anywhere you listen, if there's a way to rate us, please do it, because then we, that's good for us. And I think, great, cool. What else do we got? Do you need any other inner quarry bullshit?
Well, I mean, a little bit more biz-nast.
Nasty.
Yeah, we also have a series of episodes that we want to do about you.
Yes.
We would like to, to have you guys write out any like spooky stories you have, or strange experiences, or like true crime experiences, or connections, whatever has happened to you, to like write them out and send it to us so then we can read it on the air.
Yeah.
Or just for our personal pleasure, you can tell us like, hey, please don't read this on the podcast, but I think this would be cool or interesting. And you can send that to the House of High Strangers podcast at gmail.com. Is it that, or House of High Strangers at gmail.com?
I think it's just House of High Strangeness at gmail.com.
Yeah. It'll be in the descriptions and show notes. So
yes, very much so. If you do it and you're an OG, you'll know that it's going to be called Listener Lore.
Yes, the episodes will be called Listener Lore.
So please do it so that we get to know more about you. Cool beans?
Yeah, and if you don't mind like titling the subject on the email that this is Listener Lore, so then we can kind of filter through or search up Listener Lore and pick our, what we would like to talk about.
Yeah. I'd love one day if we could do multiple episodes in a season of just Listener Lore, like I would just love overwhelming amounts of you guys, So anyways.
Yeah.
What are these faces all about, bruh?
Well, let's start in August of 1971.
Dramatic pause. Give me a break. Wait, you did give me a break.
I did.
In August of when?
August 23rd, 1971.
Wow, that's a month before my birthday. You guys don't need to know my birthday. Shit.
I know, here's your social security, here's your credit card information. But we're going to be going to Spain.
Spain for this, okay.
Yeah, in a little town called Belmez de la Moraleda. I think I said that right. Moraleda? I don't know. I'll be calling it Belmez. Well, it's spelled Moraleda.
Yeah. Okay, Moraleda.
Yeah. Moraleda. That sounds very good. But I'll just be calling it Belmez just because it's easier, and that's what all the other sources I've read about called it. So Belmez is a true-to-life Mediterranean village with a population of less than 3,000 people. It is known for producing olive oil and being rich with tourists. I heard that no matter who you are, the village welcomes you like a family long lost.
I'm trying to go to Spain.
I know, right? I'm like,
Lather me up in that hole.
And I'll be like walking down the walking down the street like this.
I got one of those tortilla chip is it sombrero? Is that what it's called? Sombrero with the guac in it? Like Gru from Despicable Me 2?
Yeah. Maria Gomez Pereira was a local resident of Belmez, and one day she was cooking when she noticed a strange stain on her concrete kitchen floor. And seeing the stain, she felt immediately ill.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, been there, done it. Made the stain myself. Thank you.
Good lordy.
But she felt ill because the stain looked like a person.
Ooh.
It looked like a face. And
that's
she thought,
eerie.
She thought maybe her mind was playing tricks on her. The like pareidolia, like when your mind.
Oh, when you like see faces and things.
Yeah, your mind like seeks out patterns and faces and things. So she made a few attempts to clean the stain over a few days, but just wouldn't come out. Strange, huh?
That is strange. We were doing that with what we were just watching, Local 58.
Yeah, we just watched an analog.
We just
horror.
finished watching that,
yes.
And like the in the newer episodes, I won't spoil it too much, but there's a certain thing you're looking at. There is faces in that, but something you're looking at and it looks like a face, and you're just like, wait, is that a face or is it not? You're staring at it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, like I would stare at it for 20 minutes straight, and I'm like, ooh, that looks like this. Oh, but then it looks like a dog. Like your mind will start to play tricks on you the more you stare at something.
I love it when that happens.
Yeah,
even if it scares me.
I know, and it's interesting too that people just trust their eyesight more than anything else. Like if I have to see it to believe it, you know?
Yeah.
When really your eyesight's probably one of the senses that most likely tricks you.
Yeah.
I guess maybe. I feel.
Is that alleged, or is that something that's actually?
That's alleged. That's kind of how I feel, honestly.
Okay. No, yeah. My eyes deceive me. My hearing also deceives me. My sense of touch.
Yeah.
Trickster. Taste.
Trickster.
Everything's pretty much dependent on taste for me. Smell. I don't have a nose, and that's about it. Sixth sense. Bruce Willis.
No, but I mean, it is a fact that we're pretty limited, compared to the other creatures on Earth. At this point, she was completely oblivious that her home was about to become the center of one of the most strange and best documented cases of paranormal phenomenon in the whole 20th century. The House of Faces.
Ooh, that almost sounded like our name.
What do you mean?
Just the house of part.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, I'll shut the fuck up.
Okay, no, please don't. I don't want to be the only one talking.
Go, talk, chop.
Okay. The stain really bothered Maria over the next week, and it was hard not to look at it every single day. It was like right next to her oven. I
would have made friends with it. Would have been like, oh, there he is.
Like, hey, buddy, like I'm about to cook peppers.
Yeah, you want some?
Like, put some olive oil on that shit.
Yes, because you're in Spain, in Belmez.
Yes, Mediterranean. So she really started to notice that the stain seemed to have changed in appearance multiple times throughout the week. It was getting darker, bigger, and more prominent. She stated that the stain had moved in position and then settled into this photo.
Okay, so to describe those, I mean, the village is very mountainous, green. Oh, you can also see these pictures on the House of High Strange's Instagram.
Yes, and it'll also be in the video on YouTube. But we'll also describe them for you a little bit, just so the listeners who are driving to work or working, who can't look at their phones right now, you can kind of imagine. Yeah,
if you don't know what Spain looks like, think about, I can't imagine you know what this is, but not Spain. Think about like Havana in Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag.
Oh my gosh.
It looks like that. But the inside, it's very beautiful, well decorated.
Yeah, inside her home.
Yeah, inside her home. And then the floor images of the face. The first face looks like he has like one of those like 1800s like white government official wigs.
I didn't notice that
That's
before.
what it kind of looks like, but it's like dark, of course.
Yeah, it looks like gray curly hair that goes like down to the collarbone-ish.
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
She did live in a flat. And yeah, her home was very beautiful.
Very much so.
Let's see. She again vehemently?
Does it have an H in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
She again started scrubbing over and over again, but still there wasn't anything she could do to remove it.
Why can't you remove it?
I mean, it's a stain. Like, her house was very pretty, as you can tell in the photos. Like, she wanted it pristine.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Juan, Maria's husband, and her son Miguel ended up taking a pickaxe to the floor and ripped that specific part of the floor up, then filling it again with freshly laid concrete to rid the stain for good.
Interesting.
Yeah. A week passed, and Maria and her husband just thought that this whole thing was behind them. But again, a face appeared in the exact same spot.
Oh, the same spot.
Yeah.
Dang, all right.
But it wasn't the exact same face. The face appeared to have pupilled eyes with a soft smile and smile lines. This face is probably the most popular face out of all the faces that will soon appear. They even gave it a name. La Pava means a woman.
So, here's the thing that I have to point out that's strange, which you've probably already thought of, listener, but same place. They don't remember spilling anything there. And is it like dried when they find it?
Yeah.
It's not like a puddle?
Yeah. And like it looks kind of like coal was like drawn onto the concrete, but she again scrubbed it with bleach and cleaner and hot water and soap and know all of it.
So it's like maybe burnt on there?
Maybe.
That's weird. Because like the other thing I think of too is like if it's in the same place, maybe it's a part of the day where it's very hot, and through like the window, like a magnifying glass. I'm really reaching here. Through like a magnifying glass kind of thing, it kind of burns an image of like the same kind of stature where it's got shoulders, face, facial amenities in there, like,
sure.
So that's where mine goes to in practicality, but it's a reach. It's like, what the heck,
Yeah, but if you look in the photos of her home, there is no windows in her house. So that wouldn't be a probability. My first thought was like, oh, well, she probably just spilled boiling hot water or like the coals from the fireplace fell out, because it's right next to her cooking stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and it's always in the same spot on the left side. So it's kind of like, I mean, if it's right next to a pot where you're constantly at, cooking, maybe spilling things you don't know, you know.
It's not something that just like forms every day. It's just like, okay.
Yeah. That was kind of my first thought, but we will soon to disregard that. But Maria told a few close girlfriends in the neighborhood about the situation, and then soon local gossip started to spread quickly among the small Spanish town of Belmez. And soon all of Spain became aware of what was going on in the home. The media even hit internationally, bringing in very well-known paranormal investigators, but we will get into that later.
That's where the goop happens, is all these people who have a lot of ideas to throw at this one thing. This is where, like, when paranormal investigators, or just investigators in general who deal with strange things, come about, it's kind of when shit hits the fan, because it's like they pull from all these other sources that have nothing to do with this, Yeah. So here we go.
Yeah. Many started to speculate that this was the work of the devil because Belmez was a very religious-based town, so it makes sense why people felt that way. That was kind of their first inkling. They're like, oh my gosh, it's from the devil,
That's what I would... No, that's not what I would do.
To help calm the people of Belmez down, the mayor asked the Pereira family for permission to investigate the home, and they obliged with no problems because they too wanted to get to the bottom of the strange experience. The mayor and investigators started their work on December 2nd, 1971. They began by carefully taking out the face in one piece for further study, then later putting it into a glass case, which we will put a photo in again on our Instagram and on the YouTube. It's very interesting because when they put this thing in the glass, it stayed the same way it was when they took it out of the home. But over the years, it slowly morphed and the eyes would move, and it got like one eye lifted more than the other. And it just morphs and you see it happen.
So like, will they just take pictures of it? Like,
what do you mean?
What year was it again?
1971 in Spain.
So 71, they were just like taking pictures of it like each year?
Pretty much. I mean, if they notice it changed, they're like, what the hell? And then they'll record it. And then they'll put the two photos together and examine both of them and the differences. Like in those magazines at the dentist.
Yeah.
when you like try to spot the differences within the two images.
Yeah.
Favorite of mine as a kid. Anyway, they all agreed that it would be smart to completely excavate the kitchen floor and dig deep beneath the home into the dirt.
So they're going into the dirt?
Yeah.
To see more faces?
To see what's going on. Like, is there something in the
is
soil
it coming
that could...
up?
Yeah, is it eroding the concrete? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Now, here's where it gets very scary and where the paranormal side of things really takes a hold. So, buckle in. It did not take the workmen very long to find a potential clue as to why the faces were showing up. Buried 10 feet beneath Maria and Juan's kitchen floor, the investigators found something truly horrifying. What do you think? Do you have any guesses?
Beneath the floor when they started excavating? Some sort of tool, some sort of like I bet you it was like a satanic Bible or like a burnt picture of a guy who looks like Shakespeare.
Yes, exactly. No! They found full decapitated skeletons.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Where? Okay. Decapitated, meaning they couldn't find the heads, or the heads were just separated?
There was no heads.
The heads were gone?
Yeah. I mean, some of them did have some heads, but a lot of them didn't.
Okay.
Which is very weird, because when we look at the Belmez faces, it is just their face.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Well, yeah, I mean, like that first one kind of had some shoulders to it.
Yeah.
But that is an interesting point. It's just the faces.
Yeah, like it's scary enough to have skeletons and like maybe like a burial ground underneath your home, but the fact that there's faces coming up from the in the concrete, and then there's decapitated skeletons missing their face. Maybe their faces are reappearing, coming back to their body through the concrete on their burial ground.
They're coming back. I want a concrete head now, not a calcified head.
This is where I lay, so this is where my gravestone is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they didn't get a gravestone, so they're making one for themselves, but it's just their face. They're just taking a selfie.
Take a selfie.
You mind putting this on the cement floor of this random bitch's house, please? Thank you.
Stop. Don't look at me like that.
Sorry.
Well, with further examination of the bones, it appeared that they were dated back to the 13th century. It's around the 1200s. Oh.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Joe's beautiful purple diamonds are falling off. But the mystery of the skeletons remained unsolved as to who they were, because there was no local history to identify or even know if they were locals or where they came from. The remains were respectfully laid to rest in a local Catholic cemetery, and a priest blessed both sites. So, done with that.
But not quite, huh?
Yeah, not quite. Yay! Maria and Juan thought that their 15 minutes of fame or misfortune was over, and they were relieved. After the examination, the investigators redid the flooring in Maria's home and laid new concrete in hopes that the removal of the skeletons would bring their home back to normalcy. But of course, this did not prevent further faces from appearing, and this phenomena would continue for more than 30 years. But at this time, not only are Maria and her family dealing with the spooky happening, they are also having to deal with the curiosity of the town and people just flooding the streets for a closer look. Visitors flocked to the little home. We're talking researchers, of course, priests, police officers, journalists, students, skeptics, you name it, they were all there.
Minions?
I want to steal the moon.
The moon!
Wait, do your minion impression.
Banana. Ah, la bota.
I love it.
All right, let's move on.
But for so many people to have their minds like swirling with all these ideas and theories and skeptics and just all of this like energy coming to the home like immediately, like I feel like this definitely amped up the energy and the frequency behind it and might have made it worse if you want to look at it in like a very spiritual way.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of, what you think you create kind of stuff. That's why I was like, when the investigators come in, they pull things from all these different ideas and beliefs that they have personally.
Yeah.
And, paint that directly onto this phenomena.
Oh, totally.
So I wonder.
They're looking at it through a specific spiritual lens.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just 2 weeks after finishing up the floor and putting those remains to proper rest, more faces appeared, of course, but this looked different from the other two. There was a plethora of faces that came after the excavation, all at the same time. In the photo, as you look at it, it seems to have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos. And if you look at the most prominent being on the right side, it looks like it's holding a baby. Do you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that weird? But all these different faces like started showing up.
So does that mean there's a baby underneath their freaking house?
Maybe.
That's sad. And I don't like that.
If you want to believe that the
Yeah, it does look like a baby. That's so weird.
Isn't that so weird?
You can see its little legs.
And what's interesting too is that like there's like two faces that are like very brownish, but then there's some that are like black, like they're all different colors.
So is it like mold?
I don't know.
It looks like mold,
It
maybe.
could be mold. We'll get into that.
Whoa, like mycelium memory.
Ooh.
Is that how you mycelium?
Yeah, mycelium, like
Mycelium memory, dude.
Yeah, like the what mushrooms grow from.
Yeah. That's maybe. Oh, okay. Go on. Keep going. Keep going.
Ooh,
Because
that's a
they
good one.
decayed underneath the house.
Yeah.
And then all of that matter is coming up.
Yeah, all that matter and information went into the mushroom organism. It was coming up, That's a very good theory. That's fun. That's a fun one to think about.
Okay.
Sometimes a face would appear, and then within a day or two, it would just disappear. And then a whole new, completely different face would take its place. There were instances where this would happen within hours. Like, it would just take a few hours to show these faces that had different expressions and unique people characteristics that you just couldn't hoax. And some faces were so unique that, and like almost like too realistic. And then some of them have their own like interpretive feel to them,
Yeah.
But this story became international news, and it became popular in mass media coverage as the House of Faces gained notoriety. So did the criticism. Skeptics quickly accused Maria and her family of orchestrating an elaborate hoax for financial gain, though it's worth noting that Maria never charged visitors to see the faces nor made any money from this.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's like just the thing you go through as in a skeptic's brain. Is
that's like the number one thing you look at.
Yeah, like when people weren't there, especially to begin with, it's like, are you just painting this on the floor? Like, or are you just drawing this on the floor?
Yeah.
It's like that's the first thing I go to. But the fact that they were like, that's weird. Why is this happening?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's doing this. And then you excavate it and there's things beneath the freaking house is like,
yeah, that's
what do
the
you
weird
do
part.
about, like, that's like a very weird synchronicity to happen. It's like, oh, there just happens to be bodies down there. It's not like, yeah, it's not just crap. It's not just like oil or like, oh, you have just like a big like amount of rot underneath your house. It just happens to be forming in these images. It's literal bodies.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. Maybe one of the people in the house are just giving away the idea that they killed all these people and then they're just drawing all those people.
Maybe.
Just kidding. I don't know.
I know, like,
I don't know anything about this.
I mean,
Rachel.
they're from the 1200s, so it's like they couldn't have killed them.
1200s.
Yeah, like the skeletons were from the 13th century.
Oh, I did not know that part. Did you say that?
Yes.
Oh man, I spaced it.
It's okay. Many started theorizing about how Maria could have created this hoax. Some speculated that chemicals had been applied to the concrete, perhaps something that would react over time to light or oxidize to create the appearance of faces. However, despite many proposed techniques to fake the faces, no one was ever able to reproduce the faces through the theorized methods, nor did any theory fully account for their changing expressions.
Yeah, and then it's changing too.
Yeah, like within hours.
That's even more proof. I didn't draw this. It's changing. It's literally changing.
Like, I've been out of my house while everyone's looking at them. I haven't even seen them for 4 hours, and this one has been changing.
You think I can just erase it and then draw something else? I can't even erase it.
Like, you think I could pause time like the fucking superhero in Megamind and like do that shit? You know?
She's like, I can't even draw. She's like struggling to draw a circle. She's like, I can't draw. Oh my God.
Jesus. The first investigations were done by the police. Maria said that the scientific police from Madrid came to her home for 8 days with their technical devices. They examined the faces and then removed samples of the concrete for further analysis, which we will get into later. After the police, a group called, I'm not even going to say it, but it's pretty much called the Eridani Studies Group, which was led by investigator Jose Luis Jordan, reported investigating the case as well. But as 6 months of researchers of the group and the Guardia Civil and police continued the investigation at the home, they were not speaking about the findings of the research. They did not report on it and kept it close to the chest for about 6 months until Germain de Argumosa came into the picture. He pretty much went up to the civil governor of Jaén. Jaén? Did you hear my squeak? Howie?
I'd like to do a collage of all the actual pronunciations right next to your pronunciations of things, just to piss you off.
Do it.
Okay. She snapped at me.
Well, you're making fun of me.
All right,
this is hard for me, okay?
Okay, sorry.
But he pretty much went to the civil governor and asked if there were any leads, but he said no. And the civil governor continued to ask Argumosa on the spot to take over and do his own investigation because the Guardia Civil and the police and the study group investigations couldn't find any fraud. They couldn't find anything. They had nothing to report. That's why they didn't report anything.
So they were doing investigation in order to persecute.
Pretty much.
And no other, like, trying to discover. That's interesting. Like, I like that you brought up that side of things rather than just what people who are looking for something strange, you know, it's like these people are looking for something that's like, okay, you're faking this rather than like hyping up all the stuff that could be real about ghosts or, you know, stuff. So it's like, so that opposing thing being proven like, nah, this is freaking real, dude. Like,
yeah,
get with it, dig it.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Dig it.
They excavated. They excavated. Dig it. Go. Go.
Quit bullying me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Argumosa is one of the main researchers in this case, and he advocates for the faces being a paranormal phenomenon. He is a Spanish writer, philosopher, professor, and a pioneering parapsychologist. He introduced the term paraphonia, which pretty much means EVPs.
He came up with that term?
Yes, in Spanish.
Oh, he came up with the Spanish version of EVP.
Pretty much.
Electro voice phenomenon?
Yes.
Wow.
He gained most of his public popularity from this case. He promoted a scientific and philosophical approach to paranormal phenomenon and believed in the study rather than outright skepticism.
I love this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, outright skepticism is good, but also like not like too far.
Yeah.
You know?
Healthy balance.
Skepticism can only go too far. There's just a point of not believing, you know?
Yeah. As Spain's leading expert, Argumosa has... As Spain leading oh my gosh, I can't talk. Oh. Okay. As Spain's leading expert, Argumosa was seen as the perfect person to definitively determine whether the faces were genuine or a hoax. Argumosa partnered with German parapsychologist Hans Bender, making the two men the leading researchers of this case.
Hans.
Wait, what's... I had a reference in mind. It just kind of blanked. We finished each other's...
Sandwiches?
That's what I was going to say.
No, it wasn't.
I never met someone who thinks so much like me.
Copyright strike.
Thanks again. Okay.
Even the seagull noise, that's going to be copyright stricken.
Yeah, the seagulls come.
Some seagull out there.
Money.
Some seagull out there named Ron. He's like, that's my noise.
Yeah, they come to the door and they're like, give me your sum of money, but with bread.
Yeah, give me however much you made on that episode.
Yeah.
We don't make any money.
We want Cheetos, corn chips, and bread.
Bread, no butter this time.
No butter.
Ron.
Anyway, so pretty much Argumosa just like asked his friend Hans to like come with him and be like, hey, can you come to Spain and like research this with me?
Yeah.
He's like, sure. Hans Bender got involved at Argumosa's invitation because he's known for being seen as Europe's top expert in such phenomena. Hans Bender was also known to be a founder of the Institute of Frontier Areas of Psychology and Mental Health. He was a prominent European figure in psychic research. Between 1972 and 1973, Bender traveled to Belmez 3 times. First, to interview Maria and the family, which we have a photo of that. Second, to examine the faces. And third, to test out the more rigorous controls to rule out hoaxes. So when Bender was in town for the third and final time, the 2 investigators started their study.
Okay.
Yeah. I need to take a breath for a minute.
So, 3 times. Is this the first time that you're talking about it? So, like, so they began their studies on the first time right now.
Yeah, so the first time the first time he came to Spain, he interviewed Maria. Okay. And then he had to leave. And then he came back, flew all the way to Spain, and he like kind of examined the faces and kind of sat down with Argumosa and just kind of like chatted about it, figured out what they wanted to do, but his time ran out, so he had to leave again. And then for the third time is when him and Argumosa made the plan to like figure out what they wanted to test and their ways of trying to see if it was a hoax or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah. First, they did an analysis on the floor. So the 2 investigators removed Maria and her family from their home temporarily, and yet the faces continued to appear, seemingly ruling out any direct interference by the family. Yeah. Bender and Argumosa took many photographs to note how they'd evolve over time. Since Argumosa was really interested in EVPs, they made audio recordings near the kitchen hearth that picked up disembodied voices and strange noises. Here's just one of many EVPs they recorded. This is the EVP.
Oh, okay, cool. So I didn't hear any, like, okay. All I heard was singing. Oh my God. Stop it. Oh. Oh my God. Dude.
It's just screaming.
Yeah, it's just like, so like that, like, in the background. Mm-hmm. Was that like...
It's just like interference.
So that's just like the room sound kind of thing. The sensitivity. But then I heard the like...
if you listen back, you can hear like agonizing screaming. Like
play it again.
Unbelievably like horrifying screaming.
It sounds more like weeping to me.
Yeah.
Like,
I hear
oh, that's so scary.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Messed up, huh?
I'm done.
Let's take a break. Okay, no. So there's that.
Okay.
They also took samples of the concrete and pigmentation to see if faces had been painted or altered in any way. The Institute of Ceramics and Glass carried a chemical, mineralogical, and a granulometric analysis on 2 small samples. The samples were pretty small, one being 30 milligrams and the other being 60 milligrams. The test came back saying that there was no traces of paint in either sample. No evidence of external pigmentation application was reported. The chemical composition showed very low levels of zinc, barium, copper, chromium, phosphorus, and lead. Too low to be any sort of paint or external intervention.
Did they ever do any tests about mold or like?
That would have showed.
So it's just metals.
No, it's
and
literally just
chemicals?
concrete.
Wow.
There is nothing that's really fully like causing the
so
blackness.
what was making the pigment?
They don't know.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Ah! Go.
Next, they wanted to really monitor the faces and see what they're capable of without any human interaction or interference. To truly rule out any trickery, the investigators completely sealed off the kitchen area where the faces appeared. Now, this is my favorite investigation because I'll just get into it, but it's like so good.
Okay.
By doing so, they took a transparent plastic sheet and carefully placed it over their marked area. Then the edges were sealed with varnish and wax, so nothing could truly get into it.
That's so smart.
While doing so, they were being watched by a town notary and a German TV crew. Then they just left the place alone in the dark with no way it'd be contaminated for 3 whole months.
3 months in the dark. Okay, so there, out the window, there goes my sun through the window theory.
Yeah.
Okay.
When they unsealed the faces, the investigators discovered that the faces had shifted positions and changed facial expression. Interpretations they decided as proven evidence of a paranormal origin. So cool.
Yeah, very thorough.
Like, what is happening?
Okay. That's so weird.
Yeah. After their tests, they were amazed at what the faces could do, but they are not yet finding any answers to what was causing the phenomena to happen. They were just proving that this is truly high strange.
This is just a pure mystery.
Yeah. Now, that was pretty much all they did for the investigations. They never truly figured out what was the cause. And it's important to note that much of what we know comes from secondary commentary or anecdotal accounts. Bender did not publish anything on the Belmez face. He pretty much would only bring it up in his lectures or newsletters, but he never produced a whole written report.
Yeah.
So there was no it was really hard to find stuff to research about this.
Yeah, it's nothing anybody could, go out and exaggerate.
Yeah, and for Argumosa, he continued his work on the case for 2 years in Spain, but still he did not publish anything. Yeah, kind of sucks.
It doesn't suck. I think it kind of gatekeeped things and in a professional way so that it doesn't go out of hand,
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it was already kind of in the public's hands,
Yeah, totally.
But after that fact, it would have been even better for people to know, like, there is zero possibility that this can be proven a hoax. Like it's real. Like this is just a complete mystery.
Yeah.
So that does suck.
So lastly, it's time to get into my final theory and just our final thoughts in general.
Oh, yeah. So it's really just a there's nothing that's like,
No.
oh, yeah, this is why it was happening.
No, not really.
Oh, good. No, that's actually great. That's actually so cool.
Yeah, it's the mystery of the Belmez faces.
Are they still there?
We'll get into that.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, we're going to get into the topic of psychic projection, or known as thoughtography.
All right, do it.
Also known as psychic imprinting or teleplastic phenomena or telepathic. I might have meant to write telepathic phenomenon.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Teleplastic, I don't think that's a real word, so my bad.
My teleplastic
my apologies.
Boobies. You said my apologies, and I said my teleplastic boobies. That goes to show where our minds are at.
I'm constantly like, I'm sorry, and Joe's like, boobies.
My boobies.
You are ridiculous.
Guys, look, now you get to see my stupid face when I'm like... Okay, go into your final theory.
Okay. Argument also suggests the faces could be a type of psychic photography or thoughtography, which pretty much means that strong human emotion or trauma can imprint into matter, kind of like a psychic photograph, but directly onto faces. Argumosa believed Maria may have acted as an unconscious psychic medium. Now, many newspapers and tabloids had different groups interview the Pereira family about her psychic abilities. Quote, when Maria was a little girl, the other girls didn't want to be around her while playing in school classes because they heard voices around her. They felt pushes coming out of nowhere, and the dolls moved on their own. End quote. That's what Maria confessed to the Padre Pillon, founder of the Spanish parapsychological investigation group called Grupo Hepta.
Was that at the time of when she was a child, or was that later on in her life after the Belmez faces?
I mean, she was interviewing when she was older, but that happened when she was a little girl. And she was kind of like telling that story that happened.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes school teachers tried to correct some girls' misconduct by threatening to force them to be around Maria as a punishment, and the girls immediately rejected that punishment because Maria frightened them. Supposedly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
But I saw that in like most sources. So it's like I had to put it in there, but I'm like, I don't know if that's true. Like, why would a teacher be like, oh, you didn't finish your homework? Go sit by Maria. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, also like back in the day, it's like, you know, people could be a bit more rude about things. There wasn't as much, you know, bully zones, you know?
Yeah.
This is a bully free zone.
So that is just a couple of instances of things that happened to Maria. She has always had an intuitive understanding toward life, but there were many faces that investigators noticed that appeared to look like her or mirror her state of emotions at the time. So that was something that people noted was, you know, when she was frustrated that people were coming into her home, she's like, can you guys just leave so I can cook dinner for my family? Like, why are you here still? Like, leave. The faces would come up angry. Or she would be upset, you know, and she would be upset about someone saying that she was hoaxing, and she would cry, and she would feel emotional about it, and that she wasn't given justice. And then the faces would appear, and they would be crying or sad or frowning.
Okay. So it would change just in that moment?
Not like exactly.
Sure, but like over the course of like 30 minutes kind of a thing? Or like over the course of days?
I'm not really quite sure. But I think that like when she would be really upset, they'd be like, okay, and they kind of look down, and of course when they look down, they look at the faces and they're like,
Weird.
Those are the same emotions.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Lose your spot?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be fun to edit.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
This all could be the result of psychokinetic energy created by a powerful yet sleeping psychic. I also want to remind the listeners that this is just a theory.
Just a theory, allegedly.
And it's a pretty hard one to prove or deny. But I could get behind this one. I feel like I am open-minded enough.
Yeah, me too. I mean...
Sorry. Okay.
No, what?
Nothing.
What were you doing? I wasn't looking. She was voguing, wasn't she? Can you just let me know? Tell me in the comments if Rachel was doing her disgusting voguing. It's only cool when I do it.
Do you like my Bob's Burger socks? Oh, did you hear my
Your fucking old ass ankles, your fucking hag ankles popping. Okay, so
okay.
You're a hag. Hags, have a great summer. It's fully like almost winter.
Get to what you were gonna say.
Sorry. I like that theory. And I'm the kind of person where it's like it's all of the theories all at once, excluding maybe one or two. Because
so not all of them all at once.
Shut up.
I gave you a kiss.
So, the bodies. Where did that go? There are 1300s bodies that were found. You said 12 or 1300s, so I went with the most recent one.
13th century, which means the 1200s.
Oh, the 1200s. That's what I'm mixing up here. So, anyways, if I can finish my fucking thought, I don't care anymore. The bodies. Whatever happened to the bodies? That doesn't come back. They didn't do it as much. I didn't get as much research on the bodies.
Well, that was kind of it.
That was it. It was just like they were 13th century bodies, and they happened to be underneath the house, and only found when they excavated because of the faces. There's got to be a connection there.
Yeah.
And I will drum it up myself every night I think about this. So it's like, did they try and see if they were relatives of hers, who they might have been related to?
They were just so old that you couldn't know.
I guess it was back in like the 70s. They couldn't really do that deep of investigation, as far as forensics goes. Or I don't know, maybe they could have. I don't really know that much. Is that all you have? Where do we go from here?
Maria died in February 2004 at the age of 85. The faces seemed to stop at the home where this all initially started. And they started appearing at her childhood home all the way across Belmez.
So that's crazy. So I'll just shut up about my stupid fuck it. Cut that out. And
keep it in.
Your theory's right. That's so... They just started showing... Where's her childhood home?
It's like across the fucking town. It's like across Belmez.
So it's in the same city, but it's in a different home now that they show up. Do they start to fade away from the old house? From the house?
Yes.
Dude, that's wild. It's totally connected to her.
Right? I think it's some sort of psychic thing.
Yeah, it's a psychic thing.
Subconscious thing.
To where she brought that up, and then it was also like they just happened to find bodies as well. Like that was just a side effect of the psychic phenomena. Dude.
Like it might have just conjured even up, more up in Maria, and it made her her psychic ability kind of spew out because of the bodies. You know what I mean? There's only one face that would come up and then it would go away and then come up and go away. But then the moment she knew that there was skeletons under there was 10, 15 different ones that would just show up. Within hours, they would disappear and come with a whole new face. There's a face that looks like a guy that has a pointed nose and a bald head and a long beard. And it, over time, I think every 5 years, it morphs. It's so cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's,
it could be her ancestors.
Now, her spirit kind of resides in her childhood home.
Maybe, yeah.
And that's why the faces are there.
Yeah, I think that everything kind of died down at this point right now. Current day, current time, I guess. I don't think there's really anything going on anymore, but when she did die, it kind of died down in the family home, and it went to her childhood home for a little bit, and then it stopped.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. So.
Strange.
Yeah. But the Belmez faces remain one of the most compelling and well-documented cases in paranormal research. Skeptics. I can read, okay? Shut up.
Did you hear my stomach?
No, but I'm gonna cry.
I'm sorry.
Okay. The Belmez faces remain one of the most compelling and well-documented cases in paranormal research. Skeptics have yet to offer a definitive explanation, and no hoax has ever been conclusively proven. Whether the faces were born from chemical reactions, psychic energy, or something even stranger, the phenomenon continues to intrigue and confound those who seek to understand the unknown. As of today, the house in Belmez still stands, though it no longer draws the crowds it once did, and the mystery has faded with time. Whether spirits from the buried graveyard, manifestations of Maria's mind, or something we have yet to explain, the Belmez faces remain an enigma, an unresolved chapter in the long history of the unexplained. And that is the end.
Wow. Yeah, that is truly one of the strangest things, because there was nothing officially proven about why they were there.
Just so many questions that just brought up 10 more questions.
That's what's okay. So it's like, I think if people could contribute more, the progress we get each year, each decade of psychic phenomena within humans, contributed to past cases like this one. Because when you think about, psychic studies nowadays, there's typically a lot of unrelated side effects and synchronicities that happen with psychics that happen just like with Belmez, So it's like if we contribute that to a lot of very mysterious and non-hoaxical, is that a word? Non-hoax cases, like Belmez, like, this is cool.
This is a good one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome.
That was phenomenal. And I'll just say, Hans, you're a smart motherfucker. The
Argumosa.
Hans Argumosa.
So there's Hans Bender and Jermaine D. Argumosa.
Was it Jermaine that did the wax?
Jermaine was the one that did the EVPs, and I'm pretty sure it was Hans who did the wax and the papers.
Okay, I was talking about Hans. Hans, the wax. That was smart, where it just doesn't touch anything. I'll stop beating it.
No air can get in. No water can get in. Nothing can get in.
Yeah, and if somebody did get in, the wax is broken. There's no way. Yeah. That's so smart. Yeah. Anybody who worked on this is very smart. Rest in peace, Maria.
Yes.
I'd like to go see those faces now.
I know. We should go see them.
Yeah. So, today's Monday, or, we posted this on Monday, but if you're listening to this right now, please, once again, give us a good old rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all those good places, anywhere you listen, honestly. We're on YouTube if you want to see us speaking and making,
funny faces and funny memes and all of our fun editing that's really fun to watch.
Yeah, and all the images just right in front of during the video, during the podcast, it's very cool to see all this stuff. We'll also post the stuff on our Instagram. Do we have a TikTok?
Yeah, it's the House of High Strangeness.
Yeah, same thing. TikTok. But anyways, enough of the plugging. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, if you got this far, thank you so much.
No, yeah, seriously.
We love you.
For our first official episode of season 2, we really appreciate you for being here.
Yeah, if you've gotten this far on YouTube, comment a black heart and we'll write down your name.
Let's go.
And who knows? Maybe we can do something with that later,
Yeah, maybe we will. Guess you'll never know. So, how do we want to end this?
Hope you get home safely.
How so? Should you drive home, teleport, fly, beam? In any way, we'll see you next Monday. We'll see you next episode. We love you guys.
Love you.
Deuces.
Peace. Bye.